Hey guys, it's time to have a serious talk about trading, okay? So, number one, the most overlooked trade right now in the market is bonds short. Shorting bonds is the most undervalued trade in the entire universe. And bonds normally do not move, but they're about to move in a fucking way that's going to make bonds look like penny stocks. And if you're missing this trade, Mike, listen, you've heard me, if you've listened to my podcast for years or for at least the last year, you know that there's such thing when you trade options, when I keep saying options are overpriced or options are underpriced. Well, it's easy to look at buying S&P puts or calls or NASDAQ puts or calls, and you're going to see how much one option is going to cost you now. I mean, we gotten to the point of beyond fucking ridiculous to where one option on S&P now costs you as much as a fucking option on NASDAQ like 6 months ago. What I'm saying is these options are priced beyond any level of, they're pricing options on S&P and NASDAQ are pricing like a 20% fucking collapse. Okay? And no shocker to anyone that bought fucking calls yesterday when I got all pissed off at some traders that jumped out of some puts. Guys, I'm telling you, trading is not for everyone. And the number one thing that you should be doing as a trader 100% of the fucking time is sticking to your strategy. Okay, so I had some guys that jumped out of trades yesterday, and guess what? They're fucking begging me to trade with me today. And that's over. If you trade with me and you jump out of the trade, you're fucking done. You will never ever trade with me again. Now, Jennifer, may be more merciful than me, but guys, I just have zero fucking tolerance for bullshit, because what it tells me, if you jump out of the trade, that means you're not staying with the plan. We made a plan, okay, before the day began yesterday. And just because you have a change in the rhetoric about tariffs, well, it doesn't cancel the fucking recession. It doesn't cancel the technicals. It doesn't cancel stagflation. It doesn't cancel all the problems. It doesn't cancel the probability of the bond yields going to the fucking moon like you've never seen it in your lifetime. Okay, it doesn't cancel any of that just because Trump, okay, was finally at a moment of fucking understanding that holy shit, okay, tariffs or no tariffs, this shit is about to collapse, so I'd better do something. So he folded his cards yesterday, okay? And when the market erroneously interpreted that as a bullish move, I told you that was one of the most bearish fucking things that could have happened. So guess what? Yeah, I had some traders that were down as much as $10 million temporarily yesterday. But guess what? They're fucking 16, 17 million up today. Because why? Well, we shorted the fucking market at the end of the day yesterday. And we shorted it again this fucking morning. While majority of the people were buying what? Calls. Oh my God, it's over. The worst is over. We're fucking going higher. I told you about this shit yesterday, that the most bearish thing just happened yesterday when Trump fucking walked back on tariffs. That told you how dire the fucking market circumstances are. But yet, if you don't stick to the plan, you're going to fuck yourself. Okay? The most valuable trait you should develop as a trader is sticking to your fucking plan. Now, it may not apply to many traders because many traders don't even have a fucking clue what their plan is. But when you sign up to trade with a 30 market moves coach, you're going to have a fucking plan, okay? And when you trade with your coach, you better send fucking pictures of your position within fucking seconds. If it takes you 3 minutes or longer to execute a trade, in this fast-moving environment, you're a fucking dinosaur. You're missing thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars by being late a few minutes, okay? And recently it equated to like millions in certain instances, guys. Because one moment you could see the market up, and if you don't take the entry right there, which looks like the market is about to explode and go higher. If you don't take that entry with puts on the short sides on the bounce, okay, you're missing the most valuable entry the market has given you. I mean, since 2007, 2008 collapse. And so you need to fucking look at yourself in the mirror. And again, I keep saying, like, this strategy is very simple. Market bounces. What do? You fucking short it. Yet, what did most of the people do yesterday? Oh my God, he's pausing the tariffs. The market's going to go back to all-time highs. You got to be fucking retarded if you're thinking that. I can't believe that people, like, I'm not even talking like traders, regular. I'm talking like Wall Street, which we've established a while ago. Wall Street is fucking retarded, as well. But, I mean, they're just, like, as a Wall Street analyst, how could you think yesterday that the market was going to break out above 5,500 in a meaningful way and possibly even go to 5,700? You have to be, your IQ's got to be that of a fucking retard if you're an analyst on Wall Street thinking Yet, that was the prevalent thought on Wall Street yesterday, that today we were going to go fucking higher. I mean, you have, like, how can you be trading the fucking markets and not look at the charts? Okay, 5507 was a support for the markets over the last few weeks. And now that the market have broken that support in the last few days, and it shoots up exactly to that level on S&P 500 futures, okay, that's not the time to be thinking, oh my God, we're going to 56, 5700. Oh, we may even go back to all-time highs. That is such a fucking insanity, okay? But yet, when you're looking at the green candles, that's exactly what you begin to think. And you begin to convince yourself that, oh no, this is not a bear market. This is like, man, you cannot be emotional when you're fucking trading, okay? I don't give a shit what the fuck happens, okay? You may be occasionally, okay, lucky to jump out of a trade, okay, before it gets worse. But what I'm telling you, if you do that on occasion, like you're going to jump out of trades, you will also not follow your trading strategy later on. And that's going to cost you millions. That will cost you millions. That will cost you hundreds of millions, depending on what size of account you operate with, if you don't stick to your trading plan. So the trading plan is very simple, but, executing it is the challenge for like 90% plus of people. And I've caught out a lot of fucking traders after yesterday. So, and the message is simple, guys. You've heard me say it before, okay? You've heard me say it before. I said, do not be the market's bitch. Okay, what does that really mean? That means that it doesn't matter what the fuck the market does. You stick to your fucking trading plan, okay? Because if you're going to keep changing your mind based on what the next candle does. Oh, it's green, I'm going to go bullish. Oh, it's red, I'm going to go bearish. You have zero chance to succeed as a trader in a big way. I mean, you may get occasionally lucky. Oh, it's green. Oh, the next candle is green. Oh, my God, I'm so glad I got in the first green. Yeah, and then, okay, you may survive for 2-3 candles, and then what the fuck is going to happen? I told you yesterday when I was recording the podcast, okay, I said, bounces are going to happen, okay? But bounces don't cancel the bear market, okay? Bounces don't cancel stagflation, fucking recession, which It is shocking to me that there's still fucking idiots out there that are asking a question like, oh, well, when is the recession going to begin? I mean, are we really looking at a high probability of a recession? Man, what are you fucking, I don't know. Did AI like just steal people's brains and shit? We've been in a motherfucking recession for the last 14 to 16 months now. If there are analysts on Wall Street that are still assigning like a 30 or 50% probability to a recession, that is the reason why millions of people in the United States are going to lose their entire retirement savings because they're listening to fucking idiots like that on Wall Street. We've been in a motherfucking recession for the last 14 to 16 months, and yet these people are still, some of these fucking idiots on Wall Street are still trying to calculate a probability. Well, what is the likelihood that we're going to go into a recession in the next few months? Like, these people have, like, god damn, I tell you what they're watching, man. They're watching too much fucking Netflix. Okay, instead of looking at the fucking charts, these fucking retards are looking at Netflix. So, no wonder why, the market have gotten so out of control, so fucking overpriced during a recession. And now we're down like 10, 15%, and people think, oh my God, the worst is over. You gotta be an absolute fucking idiot considering the current market condition and considering how many people still don't understand that the recession has happened a long time ago, and some of them idiots are still trying to figure out what is the likelihood that the recession is going to happen. Like, you cannot wish for better market conditions as a short seller. And so in the last few podcasts, guys, I've stressed the importance, of the rise in yields in the bond market. And that is something you cannot stop with any kind of Trump message. I mean, Trump can fucking wake up tomorrow and say, I'm canceling all the motherfucking tariffs. Oh, as a matter of fact, we're going to pay China 10% to just get their fucking goods because we need them badly. Okay? I don't care. Like, these messages, they may create temporary pumps in the market, but that's your fucking money-making opportunity. That's not the time to be freaking out, saying, oh my God, the market's going higher. No, motherfucker, stop. Stop being emotional. That's your entry. That is your entry. God is blessing you with the greatest short selling entry yesterday of all times in history. And what do? You sell puts. You jump out of fucking put positions in the middle. Listen how stupid this is. You jump out of puts in the middle of the biggest bear market the world has ever seen. Okay, so when the market will be down 80% by the end of 2025, you're going to look at these charts and you're going to understand, how emotional you were yesterday not to acknowledge the greatest entry for a short seller of all times the world has ever seen. And I'm saying that because you're the guy that missed the fucking entry because you couldn't even spell short selling, 3 months ago, 4 months ago. Some of the traders that have been trading the markets for the last 3 years, they've never even heard of what is that short selling? What is that? Oh, you make money when shit drops? Oh my God, isn't that against the law? Isn't that, oh my God, you could do that? I thought you were supposed to buy every dip and then hope that shit's gonna go higher. Yeah, that strategy is really working out for fucking MSTR and anybody that bought Bitcoin at the fucking top, right? I mean, buy Bitcoin at above 100,000. That's really going to pay off. Buying anything at the fucking top is just a poor fucking strategy. Now, the people that's been watching the market going high for the last 2-3 years and that just entered the market maybe 2-3 years ago, they have an excuse. I'm giving some of y'all a way out, okay? I'm saying that you're just so fucking blinded and fucking stupid because you don't know any fucking better that the markets go both ways. And those of you that traded the markets only in the last 2-3 years, you've only seen the market go higher and you've been conditioned to buy the dips every time. It has worked. But guess what? You've blown all the fucking money you've made on buying the dip, okay? Because you don't know what a bear market is. And what makes it worse, we're not in the middle of a regular bear market. We're in the middle of the biggest fucking bear market in history. I mean, 2007, 2008 ain't shit. Okay, COVID crash ain't shit. Okay, fucking 2000, technology.com bubble. I mean, that dropped 82%. So we're probably looking at something like that by the end of the year. So that maybe percentage drop wise could be something that you could use for comparison, but we're now in 2025. We're 25 years beyond that. So needless to say, people have fucking absolutely forgotten what it feels like when the market drops 82% within 8 months. People just don't have that reference point because all people can think of is how the market's been going high in the last 3 years. The market should never go high in the last 3 years, okay? But yet Biden has reported a bunch of bullshit data, which was never reported. And when it was revised to the downside, because indeed it was recognized as fake fucking data, the market didn't even blink. It went down 50 points. I remember that day in August of 2024. The jobs were revised. And it literally made every job report officially fake that was reported. The jobs were revised down to the magnitude of almost 1 million jobs, and yet the market didn't even fucking blink. That tells you, okay, how fucked up things have gotten, because since then, the market has gone even higher. So you're about to see some real fucking numbers, and the reason I'm saying this is because there comes a point, okay, you can only statistically modify the numbers and hide them in certain ways, but comes a moment like COVID type moment where it doesn't fucking matter how you try to hide the number. You just simply can't. And so you're about to find out the real employment situation, which I would argue they're reporting unemployment at 4.2%. I would argue that unemployment is probably around 8-9%. And it's fixing to go up to 15%. And that is something, guys, that will absolutely blow the fuck out of the bond market. And most of the time, you don't get the big moves in the bond market. And most of the times, you don't have all the stars aligned for a bond market crash. But, I mean, if you look back into 80, 81, the bond market did drop pretty sharply to the magnitude of 20-30%. And the only problem is the debt was nowhere close to 37 trillion. The debt to GDP was nowhere close to the number it's at now. And we're not faced with a fake market that's been happening over the course of the last 3 years that we've seen back in 80, 81, 82 time frame recession. What I'm saying is you're about to see shit that nobody is prepared for, okay? You thought yesterday was bullish, and you thought that on the most bearish day Wall Street have ever seen. So, I mean, my estimates actually, after yesterday, I have revised them because I thought, okay, for sure is fucking stagflation. We're going to see the market drop 50% this year. So I've told everyone I'm trading with, I've sent a message in the group that I said I was wrong. My estimates were too conservative. Now I'm leaning more towards the market actually dropping 70 to 80% by the end of this year from the highs. And so we're only down 15%. Guys, there's another 65% drop in the making. And Wall Street is absolutely fucking clueless about it. The bond market is not pricing a bond crash, which that brings me to the next point is you make money when shit is underpriced. So, I mean, market is pretty much pricing a big move in S&P 500, and market is pricing a big move in NASDAQ and Russell 2000. Don't even get me started in Russell 2000, right? Because you go back, like watch the fucking every video that was recorded between, like July 2024 and December of 2024. There is not one. I dare you fucking find one Wall Street analyst that had a different view from what everyone else had, which the common view was the bull run from the tech stocks, the big seven, was going to spread to the small caps, and it was going to be a broadening of the market. It was like a fucking magic broadening of the market. Like inflation's going higher, right? Which I told you all this time. I'm recording podcasts and videos showing you guys inflation is not good for small cap stocks. I said there's no fucking way you're going to see a broadening of the market in Russell 2000. I said that shit is going to collapse by more percentage-wise than any other index. And so far, that's exactly what fucking happened. And it's probably going to continue to happen. Because small companies, they don't have the ability to fight this phenomenal economic slowdown, which is now going to be revealed. And after yesterday, I think it's pretty clear that when the president himself, who is known to be the most, stock market oriented, bullish fucking president of all fucking times, tells you, oh yeah, I mean, we're going to pump the market with, this tariff decision revision. But guess what? What does that do for the market? It doesn't cancel all the damage that's been done in the markets in the last few years. All the fake reports on job numbers, all the fake shit. Okay, all this, it can't be canceled out by Trump sending a tweet or him making a decision on the reversal of the tariffs. At this point, if he's going to fucking send any other positive messages for the market, the very best you can hope for is you may get a temporary spike. And then, sure enough, the shit is going to go lower. So, the beautiful setup right now is, since yesterday, majority of the Wall Street now thinks buying the dip again is a good a fucking idea. And I'm here to tell you that I've never seen Wall Street more stupid ever in the history of fucking Wall Street than yesterday. So, there you have it. You have Wall Street bullish. You have retail investors buying the dip. Okay? I have traders yesterday that jumped out. Guess what they want to do today? They want to buy the fucking dip. Are you out of your fucking mind? Do you have any brains left in your... I can't say it any other way. And if it hurts your feelings, fuck you. You don't belong in fucking trading. But if you're trying to buy the dip now, you need a new brain is what you need. Okay? So the market is going to keep collapsing. Any bounce is a short selling opportunity. And that's how you make the money. And if you're going to keep buying the dip, well, I mean, maybe you can do it one more time. And then you're not going to be able to do it no more. Okay, so before it's too fucking late, okay, if you're done fucking off as a trader, trading with your fucking emotions, not understanding the seriousness of this bear market, okay, I'm putting together a ninja group, okay, ninja fucking short sellers, okay, I'm only taking 13 people in that group. Okay, the program is simple. You sign up, okay? You only trade with me, okay? Like, I understand you can trade with Jennifer and Paul and George, but guess what? I had a talk with them yesterday, and I understand that they're not really as hardcore as I am when it comes to following the strategy and the rules and everything. And that's why some of their traders, they don't make fucking 21 million and 27 million in the last 30 days. And that's a fucking problem. So yeah, I had a talk with them. But the point is, I already helped some people make phenomenal amount of money. All right. I want 13 new guys. Okay. I don't give a shit where your account is. That's not what's important. What is important is your level of commitment, okay, to following the program. Okay, so, and you can follow the fucking program. Like, when I tell you take this fucking trade, if you cannot take that trade within 3 minutes, don't fucking bother. Okay, because you're probably going to pay 3 times more than what I'm paying for the contract. So, what the fuck are you doing? Signing up for coaching. Okay, if you're going to jump out of the trade on your own, or you're going to pursue some other trades which you think are good fucking trades, okay, guess what? You've already done that, and you have not made millions in trading. So I think a good idea would be to stop doing whatever the fuck you've done so far and just stay with the 30 Market Moves program for 30 days, okay? But you got to cut all your bad habits out. Oh, my God, Leo, I can't take it. Oh, my God, Leo, I can't hold this trade. Oh, damn it. Oh, Leo, it's going high. I can't do this. Yeah, you shouldn't be trading, motherfucker. Okay? So, if in real life you got a 4-inch dick, it doesn't mean that you cannot have a fucking 13-inch dick when it comes to trading. Okay, so on the opposite, though, I have some guys that sign up for coaching and they're like, Leo, man, I got this. I got the balls. I got the 13-inch dick. And guess what? That 13-inch dick is out of the trade in fucking next 11 minutes. I'm like, dude, why don't you have the trade anymore? Oh, well, Leo, but it looks so scary, man. I like so. What you say when you call us, I don't give a fuck. Okay, what I do care about is what you actually do. Words don't fucking mean anything. Okay, and that's why certain people sign up and they change their lives with 13 Market Moves, and certain people sign up. And like 90%, or I would even say 95% of them, they bitch about the trades, and they bitch about the time they lost 5K, and they bitch about the bad day. And these guys, they never show up or for the next day. I mean, these are the same guys that took the oil trade recently a few times, and they wouldn't take it on the day when the oil trade fucking makes 289x. Like, you have to, okay, forget everything you know about trading. And you have to come in here and follow the program 100% of the fucking time. If your coach tells you, send me the fucking picture of the position, you send the fucking picture. Not fucking an hour later. I'm saying lightning motherfucking fast, because the market is moving. You cannot afford to miss the next trade that can go 20x, 30x. You miss one of those, I mean, that's the difference between a guy fucking finishing the day at 3.8 mil and a guy that fucking finishes at 38,000. Every moment matters when the market is moving. And every time you fucking sitting there not doing it, like I actually had a guy that signed up recently. He started with 3K. I got him to 150,000 yesterday. And then the guy just fucking disappears. And he ends up jumping out of all fucking trades. I'm not going to say names or anything because, like, it don't fucking matter. But I don't hear from the guy. He misses the big fucking entry last night, this morning, because he's no longer bearish in the market. He sees the pump. He jumps out of the fucking trade. So guess what? He's at 9K today. And he's begging me to trade with him. I'm like, dude, you fucked yourself. I helped you go from 3K to 150K. And you couldn't fucking stay with the account. I don't give a shit if your account went, from 150,000 yesterday to 40,000. Okay? That's fine, but you don't abandon the fucking trades. Okay? And if you look at it, the guy would have still been up from 3K to 40K. And then today, he would have had a chance to make 900,000. Which wouldn't be bad considering the guy just started with 3K 3 fucking days ago. Okay? But now he's at 9K. He still tripled his account, but I will never trade with that motherfucker ever again. Because he fucked himself. Why? Because he jumped out of the fucking trades. Okay? 2, okay, he completely fucking disappeared. And 3, he didn't even wake up this morning on time to be ready for the next trading day. What does this mean? The guy got so fucking emotional. Okay, imagine this. The guy goes from 3K to 150K, back to 40K on the bounce. He gets so motherfucking emotional. He completely fucks it up, jumps out of everything, tries to take some trades on the call side, loses it all to 9K today. Now, that happens without me. Clearly, if he stayed with me as his coach and he did exactly what the fuck I told him to do, which is don't be the market's bitch. Don't let the market shake you out of your fucking positions at critical moments. He would have been at 900,000. That wouldn't have been bad considering the guy just had 3K in his fucking account 3 days ago. So, but yeah, like, he wants to trade. I can't trade with somebody like that. He can't stick with a motherfucking trade for shit. He jumped out and abandoned the trading plan, and he cost himself $900,000 after all said and done. I'm out, guys. You're going to do that kind of stupidity, I'm out. I'm not going to trade with anybody who cannot follow simple fucking instructions. And they're really simple. Like when you trade with a coach, like when you trade with me, hey, I'll tell you, take this fucking trade, send me a picture of your trade, okay? Once I know you're in the trade, I'm going to verify that you got the right strike, you got the right expiration, you get the right ticker symbol. Believe it or not, there's been shit in the past where I tell somebody to buy CL puts, which is a ticker for oil futures, and somebody goes and buys fucking puts on Colgate, which also has a ticker CL. So if you don't send me the fucking picture, okay, I don't know if you shorted Colgate or if you shorted fucking oil. I don't have a fucking idea if you're following the program or not, if you're not sending me fucking pictures. So just follow the program. Your coach gives you a trade, fucking take it. Send your coach a picture. And then your coach is going to tell you exactly the level. Okay, listen, we're getting out right here. If we're hitting this level, we're going to sell 1/3. If we're getting to this level, we're going to sell half. If we're not going to hit to this or this level by such and such time frame, this is what we're going to do next. Like, it's, if you cannot follow simple motherfucking instructions like that, man, like, how do you you should not be in the fucking market. When somebody gives you straight up A, B, C, do this. If this doesn't happen by this time frame, then we do this. Like, if you can't just follow that, what are you doing in the market? You know? So, look, it's not for everybody. Trading weekly options when the account swings, to a big magnitude, it's not for everybody. Certainly not for guys that are trying to be secure and shit. You got to be secure, not just with yourself, but, we've taken risk and understanding that, yeah, the worst case outcome, you're going to fucking lose it all. But the best case outcome is you're going to beat the market in a profound way, and you're going to create generational wealth, which most of the people will never do. So the choice is yours. You want to make a couple $1,000s a day, jump out of trades, fuck it. There's like 1 million YouTube channels you can follow to do that. Right? But if you want to trade for real, like real fucking trading on weekly options, you come to Thursday Market Moves. That's it. So with that said, you can go to 13mmtv.com, sign up, see if you get to be the lucky 13 people we choose. If not, fuck it. It don't matter. And, I want to finish with this. There is a high probability of October 19th, 1987, tomorrow. And most of the people are not calculating that. And tomorrow is, April 11th, if you're in the United States. Everywhere else around the world, it'll be the 12th at a certain point already. By the time we're going to be closing some Bitcoin positions and Ethereum positions and so on. But guys, the point is, October 19th, 1987, people came in the morning and they had no idea what was going to happen that day. And what happened that day is the market dropped in a single trading session by more than 22. It was close to fucking, 26, 27%. So we have a probability, I would say we have an elevated probability of that happening tomorrow on April 11th, 2025. So the best you can do as a trader is measure the probabilities and timing. And most of the people tell you that you can't time the market, which is bullshit. You cannot time the market every day. But if you look at our track record at 13 Market Moves, there's so many videos that were posted before shit actually happened, including the COVID crash that nobody fucking saw coming. And I started posting videos about the crash 45 days before it happened. I said, look, guys, I don't know what's going to be the catalyst for it, but it's shit is about to collapse the fuck out in a way that nobody's seen happening. Now, in March of the COVID crash, we also nailed the bottom. All the videos, they're timestamped. They're posted before the shit actually happens. What I'm here to tell you that Wall Street is so blinded that they're not calculating the probability of October 19th, 1987, tomorrow on April 11th, 2025. And that is why I'm actually assigning such a huge probability to that outcome actually taking place. And so if the market was to collapse, 20, 25% tomorrow, I'm sure bonds would certainly collapse anything from 17 to 15%. Or it actually could be the other way around, right? It's the bonds that could be collapsing 25%, and the rest of the market could be collapsing, 7 to 15%. The 7% figure is important because in the last 5 trading sessions, there's been 3 instances where the market was down by almost 7%. And I would say the importance of that is, well, clearly you get a halt and the market stops trading, and Trump clearly didn't want to see that happen. So they probably were waiting last 3 instances to save the market exactly when it got close to a 7% drop. It's probably the Federal Reserve that stepped in. It's probably, the big bankers that stepped in, that made the deal with Trump. I mean, you may hear about it later down the line. This is all speculation on my part. I have no proof of that, but beyond my calculation of charts and 30 market moves, I have no evidence of that. I don't have any fucking connections to the White House. I don't have any connections to the president. I don't, but I'm telling you that when I'm playing chess, the goal is to figure out the next move and calculate the moves for the next fucking 30 moves. And then you have a chance of, winning the game. And when I'm thinking about the market moves, I think about the sequence and what could be happening and what could actually be transpiring. And I'm telling you, what transpired yesterday before Trump announced the reversal of the tariffs, or the pause, or walk back the tariffs, is exactly what happened. Is they already had an emergency meeting yesterday at the White House, and I'm sure Powell was there, and the big bankers were there, and Besant was there, and everybody was there, and they said, look, we got 2 options. I'm telling you, that's what happened yesterday. I got no proof of it, but I'm telling you, that's exactly what fucking happened. So they had an emergency meeting yesterday, and they basically had 2 options, okay? Trump could walk back the tariffs, or Federal Reserve could cut the rates and announce QE. And so they've never done that. They basically calculated the lesser evil of the 2 options was Trump walking back the tariffs and saving this Federal Reserve card for later on in the collapse. So the Federal Reserve card was saved yesterday by Trump going and losing all his credibility. So next time he's going to say don't expect the bounce to stay too long. But the next time, which I still believe could be this Sunday, April 13th, 2025, we're looking at a high probability of a Federal Reserve emergency rate cut, or QE, or them announcing buying the bonds. And so I would not necessarily overstay if bonds crash tomorrow, which I think we have an elevated probability. I think Federal Reserve could start buying the bonds. I think Federal Reserve did buy the bonds already yesterday at the lows in the morning. And after Federal Reserve bought the bonds yesterday at 111, if you're looking at /ZB chart, which tracks the longer term bonds, that's when Trump made a public statement that, hey, don't worry, buy the market, it's going to pump. So he made that statement after he got out of the fucking emergency meeting, and he knew that him announcing walking back the tariffs was going to pump the market. And he was so sure about it because they had tested that move on Monday by first announcing that there's going to be a pause on the 90-day pause on tariffs, and the market pumped. And then they said, well, it's fake. And so it worked. And so they knew what the market reaction would be because they had tested it Monday. And guys, I'm here to tell you, you don't test this kind of shit unless the market is in dire circumstances. So now the Trump has folded his cards, and his influence on the market by doing that now going further is going to be diminished. And now the only card left is the Federal Reserve card. And I'm saying it's not going to be an ace. And it's not going to be a queen. All right? What I'm saying, the Federal Reserve card is not going to be strong if you look beyond the short-term impulse of the market like you have seen yesterday. So, understand that at this point, history is telling you, and the bond yields are telling you, that United States has a weak hand. Trump has a weak hand. Federal Reserve possibly has even a weaker hand, because if you study the history of 2007, 2008 collapse, the moment Federal Reserve reveals their card of lowering rates, the market never looks back. It continues a downward spiral. So far, what do we have? We have market completely misinterpreting yesterday the seriousness of one of the grandest collapses in the market history. And Trump has already revealed his card. And the market folded the next day. And now the only card we got left is the Federal Reserve card. And judging from history, it's not a good fucking card. So what I'm telling you, the market is in a checkmate. There's not many moves that the market can do at this point. And that's why the bond yields are absolutely going to go to the motherfucking moon. So, there you have it. 13 market moves. October 19th, 1987, has a high probability of repeating itself on April 11th, 2025. It's not too fucking late. But it could be if you don't go to 13mmtv.com right fucking now and take the appropriate action. I wish everyone great success in trading. I hope all of you will address your fucking emotional issues when it comes to trading, because it will help every single one of you become a better trader. And the best way I know how to do it is trade it with someone who has fucking done it again and again and again, and didn't blink, and stayed with his fucking strategy, and help other people do the same. So if you failed until this point, there is still hope for you. There is no hope for United States stock market. Not at this very fucking moment. And that moment is probably not going to come until the market is down 80%. But there's still hope for you to embrace the winning strategy and come out victorious in 2025. Let's fucking roll.